I come in, you're coming out?
Yeah, let's go to the store, all of us. It takes a long time to get us together. A hat? Go ahead, grab your hat. There you go. You want Dee Dee's hat? Alright, let's go.
Yeah, she doesn't want this.
Alright, let's go too. Everybody ready? Man, it's a job getting everybody to this car. Alright, let's go, Dee. Hey, say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
They're in the car.
Let's go to the store. I'm across the street.
Hello.
Right across the street.
Hello.
Hold my hand. Hi.
We're just going to the store now.
All 7 of us.
All 7, and I know where the other,
The other 3 are.
the other 3 are.
They're in the other car.
Wait, we're having 3 plus 3 equals 8, not 7.
3 plus 3 is 6.
And we're not 3 plus 3.
So what are we?
Here's the other car. They're ready to go.
Shady math.
Alright, let's go. We're going to the mall. I gotta pick up some things. I want to get a fresh outfit for the kids. And a couple suits are getting altered. I'm gonna pick those up too. So let's make our way to the mall. So see you when we get there, everybody.
Dad.
See you when we get there, everybody. Okay, we're on our way to the mall. And as usual, we have a conversation on our way anywhere because this is a captive environment. So we're forced to answer some questions right now. And Mateo has decided to take the lead. He has a very important question. Go ahead, Mateo. What is your question?
Where do babies come from?
Oh.
I mean, like, I know where they come from, but...
Where do they come from?
Wait, no. He says he knows where they come from.
So yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, like, I know where they come from. They come from your tummies, but, like, how do they get there?
Oh,
how do they get in the tummy?
Whose tummy?
Like, anybody's tummy.
So they can come from daddy's tummy?
No, like, from all the girls' tummies. How do they get there?
How do they get into the girls' tummies? Dad?
No, that's easy.
Dee Dee?
Yes?
That's an easy one.
What?
How?
You know the answer to that, don't you?
What?
How are babies made?
The stork.
No, come on. You know the answer.
Wait, I don't know
Dominique,
the answer.
come
What's
on.
the answer? You know the answer?
Yeah.
I mean, I know
I
that they come from a stork, but who creates the stork?
No, the stork is a story.
Oh, so...
Stork is a story. So, when 2 people, generally speaking, a man and a woman, but nowadays science has a way of making things work for other folks as well.
So when 2 people that love each other.
2 people that love each other get together and they decide they want to have a baby. If we're going to speak in a general basis, man has been blessed with the ability to carry the seed, and women have been blessed with the ability to carry the fruit.
He has the...
So,
wait, he wants to know what blessed means.
It's a gift from God.
It's a gift.
It's what God has blessed us with. It's how we're made. It's how we're made.
Okay.
So there, you need 2 parts to make a baby. Generally speaking, you're gonna need the seed from a man, and then the woman's part is to carry the fruit, the egg or the fruit. All right, and then
an egg is not a fruit.
well, it's a figure of speech, but the understanding is that
It's not a fruit.
okay, the egg. We'll go with egg. We'll go with egg.
So let's
Okay.
We'll call it the egg.
Let's go
Like-
with egg.
All right.
Usually babies come from eggs, like baby birds.
Yeah, see? So
Okay,
they
like
yes,
a
it
baby bird,
hatches.
except that in the case of birds and chickens, their eggs grow and develop on the outside. With people who are mammals, the egg grows on the inside. And so inside a woman's tummy is where the egg will grow safely.
Not in my tummy though.
I know.
Daddy touched my tummy, but it's not my tummy.
And then an example. So the man and woman get together.
You already had your babies.
That's
yes,
right.
exactly. Okay.
So it takes two people. So it takes the man to put the seed inside the woman, and then yes, and then the egg grows safely inside the woman's tummy. And when the baby is healthy enough to come out, you go through childbirth.
Does the egg like open or something? Then they have the baby.
Yes, actually it does. The shell is a soft shell. It's a sac that the baby grows in.
Oh,
and
is
the
that why they say my water broke?
The sac will break when the baby's ready to come out. And it comes out a gush of water, and they call that your water breaking. And when the water breaks, it's a sign that imminent birth is soon to follow. So we go to the hospital, and the baby generally comes after that.
I mean, I know people go to hospital, but why don't they try to fix it at their houses?
That's what they used to do back in the day. Before hospitals were existed, people had to deliver at home.
2 of my best friends were born at their house.
Yeah, probably with
Of course they were
what do
born
they call
at
that?
their house.
With a doula.
A doula. There's another name for it.
A midwife.
Midwife. You can that can still be done today if you choose, but it's highly recommended that you have somebody medically trained, like a midwife, to help you with that. So that was a very good question, Mateo. Do you understand a little bit better how it's done?
Kinda a little. What the heck's a midwife?
Midwife. It's a person that acts in between to a doctor, to the medical person, to the lay person, the average, to the mother. Kind of like a nurse, yeah. But it's a specific title for somebody who specializes in helping to deliver babies. In a non-hospital environment, like somebody's house. So you can actually arrange to have a baby delivered at home, but it's safer with the help of a midwife. So.
Okay.
Mateo.
Wait,
did that help you?
Kind of a little bit. The only thing I understand is kind of like they have like an egg and it's soft and they like crack open and then the baby is. It's sort of like a bird, like that, but the egg grows on the inside.
That's right.
And then it hatches on the inside. I've heard that all about Daddy. Yeah. So why are you telling me it again?
All right. Well, I hope that helps a little bit. And as you get older, you learn more about it.
And what I also said in the middle part is, this is a lot of questions. That's what I said.
All right, you have another question?
You have another question.
No, I don't. That was the question I wanted. Dad.
All right. Hey, everybody. Me, you, and the Blended Crew. I'm Randy.
I'm Mari.
And if this is your first time watching, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family so you can stay in touch and see all of our other videos coming up. And so you can be aware, click that bell. Today, as you can see in the previous video, we were caught, not necessarily off guard, but unexpectedly by my son Mateo, who had a really important question.
I wasn't caught off guard because I've been through that situation before, and hopefully I'll be able to find the footage, because I wasn't well equipped when it happened to me, but I knew that eventually it would happen for you. So
I need help.
You do. You really do.
Well, what do you mean you need help?
I don't know how to answer this question.
Then, okay, so if the mom has, okay, so what is it you said? You said that the mom has the guppies in her belly, and each mom gets 8 guppies, right? Is that what you said?
8 and lower.
8 and lower.
And but they don't choose how many they get.
They don't choose how many they get. So if you have 8 guppies, but you only use 3, you can donate the other 5 to another mom.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the doctor puts it in another mom.
Yeah.
The guppies. And the guppies grow in 4 stages, and whatever the mom eats feeds the guppies, and the guppies become babies.
They grow. They
grow into babies. All right, so the mom is the one that does all the work, right? The dad doesn't do any work?
While the mom's in the hospital trying to get the baby out, the dad works.
Works what?
Has a job.
Has a job. So baby making and having is all the mom's.
Yeah. But then when the baby comes out, they both have to take the responsibility and take care of the baby.
Okay. All right. Sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, he's got a good chunk of it down.
Yeah. I think you have enough information. I think does that satisfy your question?
I'm only a kid.
Hmm?
Only a kid.
Well, you're a smart kid.
Oh no.
How many times have you asked me this question already?
Like 2 or 3.
Are you more satisfied with this response than the whole the mommy eats the special rice story?
Wait.
You killed that one already.
No,
So the mommy eats the special rice is not the one you like.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's not a complete lie.
Yes, it is.
It's an oversimplification.
My mom even said it.
I didn't say it was a lie.
Yes, you did.
It wasn't the whole truth.
Yeah, she skipped a couple of details.
Yes. Okay?
Okay.
So I was more prepared for you than I was for myself.
Well, I wasn't completely caught off guard. I'd had a similar discussion with Dominique just some years ago, but I really wasn't quite expecting from Mateo just yet, because he hasn't really expressed any kind of curiosity in that arena of childbirth or child rearing or anything like that. So, it was kind of surprising, but nonetheless, it's something that I have experienced once before, but maybe you haven't. So
well, children develop at different stages, and I feel like you can't really determine when they're going to ask you these questions. You just have to be prepared in advance, because, like you said, you weren't expecting Mateo, but Mateo is. I see the lights going off really early with him, and in some areas, in some maybe not so much. He's very innocent in other ways, but in other ways, he's just like very perceptive. And so he asked us the question, and I'm glad I had the camera, so we were able to capture the whole moment on film and be able to share it with you. But it's a learning experience, because every parent is going to go through that, inevitably. I've been through it every time, and I don't think I've ever been completely prepared. So it's easier to prepare for other people's kids than it is for your own. I'd have to say. But, but you handled it well. I think you handled it pretty well.
Did okay. Looking back at the video, things I might have said a little bit differently. But pretty much for the most part, I'm happy with the way it went. And it's not going to be the last time we discuss it.
No.
We will encounter that again at some later point in time. And then the questions will graduate to more levels of intensity in terms of women and what to do and maybe how to make the babies.
Brace it. Yeah, because the question is, where do babies come from? So but it's like, but next time it's going to be
it's how. Going to be how. You notice he didn't ask where the seed came from or how it was planted. But
that's coming.
We sidestepped that one that time, so we dodged that bullet. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you, our subscribers, our followers, our viewers, and again, if you're new, please feel free to subscribe. It's about using tools to help you in situations like this. And the tool that I wanted to share with you today is a book that Mari was wonderful in sharing with my daughter. And it's called The Care and Keeping of You. Okay, take a look at that. The author in this case is American Girl, and you can find that on Amazon. You can find it in a variety of stores.
Well, this one is for this one's called The Body Book for Younger Girls.
Right.
And I thought it was important to give this book. I gave this book to my daughter Chelsea, and just because I could relate so well to being a female and everything that you go through. And not necessarily at the same rate. However, mentally you're there. So even if your body isn't displaying it, mentally you have these questions. And so one of the things that that we've encountered is that, Dominique is very petite. She's not quite there.
Well, she's 10 years old, but based on her genetics and her stature, we're expecting things to kick off a little bit later than many, if not most, of her classmates who are now in 5th grade and have already experienced their first period and are well into that. So
that was the same experience for me.
Yeah,
I was smaller than the rest, but I had so many questions and I didn't know how to ask these questions. I didn't know how to approach them. I was very embarrassed because, in my family, we were very body positive and things weren't just discussed. And so it made it difficult. And I just went to friends for information, and that was mostly misinformation. So when I had my own child, even though she was developing at a faster rate than I had at her age, I wanted her to be equipped with information. I wanted to arm her with the tools of knowledge, because whether you are at the beginning stages or you're already there or whatever, you just want to have that information so that your child doesn't feel at a disadvantage, and it doesn't create more psychological problems based on either being overdeveloped or underdeveloped.
Right. Those things could be traumatizing for a young girl to be at school and have her first period and have blood-stained pants in front of everyone. That could really be truly very traumatizing. So to have an emergency kit for such a scenario stuffed in the backpack, maybe in her cubby at school or her locker, could be instrumental. And so from a guy's perspective, we tend to overlook things like this and take it for granted that, it'll happen. In fact, it's not even at the forefront of my mind. So, but
I mentioned it to you.
You did, and you opened my eyes to it. And since you did, getting this book and going over it with Dominique and answering questions that weren't made clear from this really made tackling that a world of difference and made it so much easier to just discuss. So she can get a tremendous amount of personal hygiene, periods, puberty, skin
changes,
care,
overall,
body changes,
acne, everything.
Yeah, and this again is the edition for younger girls. There is another edition also for older girls that you can look into, and that's information is in the back of this book and also available online. So,
however, I never got a book like this for my sons. I don't know that they even existed. So the conversations I had for my sons were very different than the ones I had with my daughter. And so, but I think that now there are books for boys.
Well, we did find one, and I'm interested in getting that, and maybe I can get that and work on it with Mateo. And that's a boy's body book. And the author for that one is Kelly Dunham. Dunham, and it's available at Target and Amazon, and maybe we'll include that information in the description for you guys if you're interested in getting that. So not just for you, the parent of a single child, but perhaps in your blended family, if you are the father of boys and now you've inherited some girls into the likes and they're younger, you may need to get equipped and get some knowledge.
Well, you also have to understand what happens, because there's going to be, like mood swings and pain and things like that.
I think if you're capable and knowledgeable enough to make the kids, you should have some knowledge as to all the plumbing and how it works. But more information is better. And being equipped is the way to be. Not just for yourself, but for your kids. So if they're too shy to discuss things like this, getting this book and putting it in their hands is instrumental. And I applaud you for bringing that into our lives and sharing it with us, because it really made a difference. And I think that she is a lot more confident being the runt of the litter in reference to her classmates who are all having a period. At least she knows what's going on, and she's not hearing it from the street or hearing it from Sally on the corner or whomever.
Yeah, no. It's always better for kids to get their information from reliable source, yes, because they will get a lot of misinformation from their friends, and it may scare them also. And I'm one, I don't believe in taboos and things like that when it comes to your body. It is all beautiful, all the changes you go through. And so you have to make your kids comfortable with all of that. And so just openly discuss, don't show any discomfort, even if it's an uncharted territory. Because for me, I was a lot younger when I had my children, and so and a lot of things didn't exist, like Googling things didn't exist. And so I wasn't armed with the information that I wish I could have, but now I'm trying to make up for it. So I have very honest conversations, and I know they embarrass the crap out of my kids, but I do it so that they understand that if and when it happens, Mommy brought it up and she wasn't embarrassed by it, so maybe I can talk to her about it. I just want them to know that the channels are open always. You can always come to me and I will always have your best interest at heart. I will never judge you and I will give you the best information. And if I don't know something, I will research it with you.
Yeah, so please take all of this, you know, as just some helpful tips from us, me, you, and the Blended crew, looking out for our fellow followers, fellow new Blended family makers, members. All of you, if you have questions, please feel free to put it in the comments below and we'll be more than happy to entertain it. We love entertaining questions and things of that sort.
Yes,
so please
that gives
keep
us content.
the feedback coming, and maybe that'll give us some ideas for our future topic. If you have any, please feel free again to put it down in the comments below.
I think we're good. All right,
you guys. Well, until next time.
Hi.